Sinai-Grace hits a benchmark in reducing the rate of pressure ulcers. The hospital is helping fight D in the D. And if your New Year's resolution is to quit smoking, listen up. These stories and more coming up on Sinai-Grace Today. Hello, I'm Leslie Harding in for Melanie Moss. A big accomplishment for the Sinai-Grace nursing staff is they help improve patient safety by reducing the rate of pressure ulcers to under 2%. The rate at the beginning of the year was more than 6%.
Our goal is to keep our rate like it is now, below 2%, and it's very important for our patient satisfaction because pressure ulcers are very hard to heal and can be very painful for the patient.
Sinai-Grace Hospital is working to improve patient care in other areas as well. Recently, the hospital put in place a rapid response team designed to address any patient issues immediately.
You having a hard time breathing, ma'am? Your pulse ox looks really low. Let me try to call Rapid Response, okay?
Okay. Rapid Response, this is Jeff.
Rapid Response is a team of critical care experts that come to a patient's bedside for a patient that's in need. So it includes a respiratory therapist and an ICU-trained nurse that will respond to patients with low blood pressure, with a patient with having a stroke, having a heart attack or an MI, patients that are having a change in their mental status. It could be a patient that's having high blood pressure or low blood pressure, or any of a number of other reasons. Any of the floor nurses can make a phone call, a resident can call, a PA, a nurse practitioner, anyone who needs that level of expertise to help manage the patient. We have a new program that started this month that we're piloting where a family can call Rapid Response if they notice a change in their loved one. It could be a change in how the loved one is acting or a change in their breathing. We're piloting it on 2 units with a plan to expand it throughout the hospital. The success rate has been very good. We've noticed a big decrease in the number of cardiac arrests that we have. It's increased our patient-family satisfaction, and it has definitely increased provider satisfaction, both from the nursing perspective and from the physician and mid-level providers. We have a lot of nurses that have a great deal of comfort that they achieve by having Rapid Response go and help them.
For families or patients, the Rapid Response team can be reached at 5-star or 57827. Early intervention is key to improving the odds for someone with a chronic condition. At Sinai-Grace Hospital, a new initiative funded by the Southeast Michigan Beacon Communities is helping fight D in the D.
Hey. So, we got your results down. The Discover Diabetes program is a free diabetes screening program funded by Southeast Michigan Beacon Communities. This program is for any patient who comes through the express care area, the emergency department. If a patient says yes, they're given a simple finger prick, and then we have results for them in about 6 minutes. If a patient's results are in the pre-diabetic or diabetic range, they're referred to a Beacon patient health navigator, and that navigator helps them overcome some of the barriers to healthcare, including transportation assistance, prescription coverage. Patients are very happy to have the opportunity to get free diabetes screening. A lot of them think that it's an important part of maintaining health.
Since November, more than 100 patients have been tested. About a third of those came back with a pre-diabetic condition.
He gave me my results and told me what I needed to do to continue to not get diabetes. So he told me to go over the pamphlet that he gave me, and I told him I would. So I am going to do what it asked me to do, because I don't want it. I don't want diabetes.
Start the new year out right by giving blood. Throughout the year, Sinai-Grace will host several blood drive days. Be sure to sign up because the need in the community is great.
Sinai-Grace Blood Bank could also be known as the transfusion service for the hospital. Here we receive patient specimens, we type them to determine their ABO and RH and to look for any irregular antibodies. Based on that information, we'll provide the appropriate blood product depending on what the doctor orders. This is not the place that we actually collect donor blood. Most of the blood that we receive is from the Red Cross. In the southeastern Michigan region, the Red Cross is the major blood supplier. The blood products we receive are packed red cells, platelets, frozen plasma, and frozen cryoprecipitate. All of those products are the end product of a donation of blood. I would say we transfuse between 180 and 200 units of packed cells a week. Red cells is what we transfuse mostly, and so therefore about 800 units a month. Ideally, we like to have about, our current inventory is about 222 units as far as ideal goes. We receive shipments regularly, 3 days a week, and that comprises all ABO and RH types. The most frequently used blood type is type O. O negative is what we give to our trauma patients since we don't know what their blood type is at the time of issue. It's the safest type of blood to give to any individual.
You can donate blood every 8 weeks. And finally, some shocking new statistics from the National Cancer Institute may keep you on track with your New Year's resolution. James Tousineau says 2013 is the year you need to kick the habit.
Lung cancer is the leading cause of death in the United States. 90% of men and 80% of women who die of this disease were smokers.
Cigarette smoking and lung cancer are the #1 causes of death from cancer in the United States. Cigarettes aren't only bad in causing lung cancer, is that they're also the highest risk preventable factor in people developing heart disease. So the two top killers, cancer and heart disease, are linked by cigarette smoking. The problem that you may be alluding to, but I'll tell you, is that it's very hard to quit. It's not just a moral failure if you can't quit smoking. It is a chemical addiction. The one things that the tobacco companies wailed and screamed and wouldn't let happen is the useful information that these cigarettes are addictive. You'll note that's not on the package. And today, some of the executives of the tobacco companies are still denying under oath before Congress that they're addictive. Let me tell you the truth. They're some of the most potently addictive substances that there are known to mankind, and the substance is nicotine. We think that the idea that you get back to normal risk probably takes many years. It's more than 5, probably more than 10. And you never really acquire the risk of a normal non-smoking individual. We do the statistics, and the common one out there now is in men. 9 out of 10 smokers, 9 out of 10 cancer victims that are men have it from cigarette smoking, and 8.5 women out of 10 acquired lung cancer victims have been smokers. There's some that don't. There's a genetic predisposition in some. But if we quit, we think that in 5, 10, 15 years, the risk goes from large to smaller, but never actually gets back to where the normal population that never smoked did.
So who's lighting up? About 19% of the adults in the U.S. and 16% of high school students.
They have a boatload of comorbidities. So in other words, someone that's smoking got lung cancer, you said we expect only 14% to live for 5 years, but they also have underlying heart disease. They also have vascular disease, so they're more susceptible to strokes, and their cognition. I mean, these folks also tended to drink as well too. So we delude ourselves into thinking we've made progress, but the progress in lung cancer is inching forward. We talk about the race for the cure in breast cancer. People aren't even walking in the lung cancer pursuit.
To help you kick the habit, call the Michigan Tobacco Quit line at 1-800-QUIT-NOW. If you'd like to contact a Sinai-Grace Hospital cancer doctor, call 313-966-4800.
For these stories and more, you can visit our Facebook and YouTube pages for every episode of Sinai-Grace Today. Also, log on to pagingdred.wordpress.com for more great health information. I'm Leslie Harding. Thanks for watching.